Hi, I got my GPS signal. Okay, I think it's a regular recording, real time recording. About to do my May warm up challenge. Probably my last ride. I need to do 8 kilometers today. If I do 8 kilometers, I would be completing 100 kilometers plus 1 kilometer or so with fractions. Okay, I hope skate ideas say when they are considering my Strava distance, hope they calculate all the decimal points, both the digits, not only single decimal point, but 5.51, 5.49, 5.47, whatever may be the kilometers. Hope they consider every single decimal point that is there available for them. So that's how it completes 100 kilometers. Otherwise, I might have to ride another 7 kilometers if you exclude all the decimal points. Okay. That's my boy Guru. Okay. And I will have to manage all these guys and continue. Okay, let's begin our ride. As you can see, it is drizzling at few places. Going to be cloudy for the entire week. I wasn't expecting some baby drizzles today. Okay, so you can see my complete one lap. After which, if possible, I'll continue to film in real time. If not, we'll switch to time warp or hyperlapse. I have some headwinds this session. That will slow me down. But I'm not competing with time. I'm trying to complete the distance, so I wouldn't have to worry. Mind you, this is also the distance which I'll be riding for the marathon. The same lap. And I got to do 14 times. Or 13 times, depending upon my GPS signal. So I have to stop for all these speed bumps. So we have about 9 of them in my route up until 1.48 kilometers. And I got to keep up with that. So to and fro makes 3.42 or 45 kilometers depending upon the GPS. So in that way I would cross 18 speed bumps for a distance of 3.42 or 45. Normally I would ride as a regular. Today just to keep myself up. There's a particular angle I have to go through certain speed bumps. If not, it's going to bottom out. I have heavy winds, pretty strong. Feel the baby drizzles. I don't know if it might grow. Either ways, I need to complete my distance today. If you don't slow down, it'll actually bottom out. So hence I do that. I was able to do May warm-up challenge because it is rightly placed in summer holidays. So that lets me ride my board even after a certain time. Not that I'll need that much time for short distance like 8 kilometers. Okay, in this street, Venkata Hari Raja Nagar, I would stop near this manhole cover. See that? So I turn right and make a U-turn and drink some water from Decathlon water bottle. Then I keep moving as I check my GPS. It's 1.48 kilometers done in 11 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's my good timing, even though I'm riding it slow. If I go in that pace, keep riding and keep pushing myself faster, I can probably do 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. But that's not my aim today. I'm on a slow burner. I need to do 8. All I require is 6.7 or 8 kilometers. I'm adding one more. Completed 93.2 kilometers, let's say, for that right now. I don't remember the second decimal point. Could be 93.23. So I want to round it to. I don't want to stop riding 100 kilometers. I wish theidsa counts all the decimal points. So that's when it becomes 101 point something. So in that way I complete 100 kilometers for the May warm-up challenge. In India it doesn't snow, so I'll be riding my board all through the year. Or I'm not in the region where it snows in India, so I'm good. So on the return, the elevation loss is about 20 meters, 26 depending upon the GPS someday and its mood. But I'm sure elevation gain is around 30 meters. Might look like a mellow hill, but it's pretty steep. These blind spots, sharp 90-degree cuts, you need to be careful every single time. When I'm stopping in the blind spot, okay, over the speed breaker, and to place my feet properly on the board and move, I can't do hippie jumps, you know. Okay. My board cannot handle my weight, so but be watchful about the moving vehicles, and I do that every single time. This place allows me to go over the speed bump easily, and if I can place myself in the center, I don't have to adjust myself for the speed breaker. I can keep moving. So that's 50 meters is usually my rest. On my zones, I'm doing 104 BPM. And I got to be mindful of EVs. I wouldn't know. I'm thinking of getting those bicycle rear view mirrors which you can pin it to your hat so that you'll have the visibility of what's coming behind all the time. Okay, going back, I need to get my biscuits. This is uphill back again. Going over the same distance. Okay. The terrain changes when you cross my street. Head towards the end of the lap. We are not through the first lap yet. Okay, that's one. There's this little session in the speed bump. Go through that, I can keep moving forward. Hey. Not trying to be fast, just trying to meet the distance today. Hey. Probably I should have completed 2.5 kilometers by now. Let me check. I can't show you. 2.57 in 18 minutes 10 seconds. So we have got about 5 kilometers to do. This session has quite a lot of headwinds for me. So now moving to the left turn and holding to the speed breaker. This is another session where it creates a blind spot. So I need to be quick when I go the speed breaker and get on my board. Because the rear vehicles, they might stop to go the speed breaker, so they would see me and be surprised. So I don't want to create that surprise because they might want to brake hard. So in this route there is a small turf for inline skates to practice, but it's very small. Can't do long distance skating laps in that. I still hold a small piece. Check the weather yesterday, it's at 30 degrees and it's going to be cloudy, but it's cloudy and also giving baby results. So this is the point I sometimes, when things are clear, cross the road well in advance and stop near that speed bump. And I would give this hand signal and I'm stopping. Make a U-turn, get on my Uhuru and head back. So if I do this for one more time, I will be completing 100 kilometers. Like, to go to the end of the road, we saw, right, 1.48 kilometers. So, and return to the same spot. I usually check my GPS, but I'll show you when I cross my home. I'm riding slow. This session is usually flat, but the road is designed to drain the rainwater. So when you're going forward, it might feel like a downhill, but when you're coming on the return and to the extreme left, it creates uphill. Except for few small portion that behaves like a flat ground. Hit the Metro Avenue Street. Opposite to that is my apartment. So we have done 3.5 kilometers in 23 minutes and 58 seconds. My very first attempt was like doing the same distance in 30 minutes. So riding a boat for very short distance every day can actually, so that's a blind spot you saw, so can actually increase your lactate threshold. I'm riding so slow. Okay, by 22 minutes, if I'm on 30 minutes for 5 kilometers timing, I should be gone beyond certain distance now, which I'll show when we make the turn. See that vehicle? Beyond that, I would have gone. Headwinds again. Oh boy, it's stopping. Probably 24 kilometers per hour. You may not hear me, but it's 24 kilometers per hour or close to that kind of headwinds. So I almost had similar headwinds when I was doing marathon last time in 2024 in the highways after 21 kilometers. Half marathon was tailwind, half marathon was headwinds, and in a temperature between 38 degrees to 40 degrees, feeling like 43 degrees. Also talking and riding, so makes me slower. Drink some water. Hope you heard the motor sound. Oftentimes When there is a blind spot, I wouldn't know if it is a vehicle or a motor. So you need to get practice. Be aware of your environment. Headwinds is pretty strong in this session. Stronger than my last lap. At this sesh, I should have completed 4 or 3.87 kilometers. Yeah, 4 kilometers coming in, 27 minutes and 49 seconds. I got to do 4 more. These days I got used to drinking more water. Got to save my water. I'd rather go have more electrolytes in my home. Headwinds are making me roll slower. But it also gives me passes to build my breath. I really have no clue of how it is going to be in September. But in September, winds come strongly from the west. Blows from west to east. Or east to west, I'm not sure. So it's going to be pretty strong. Temperature is going to play against me, but I will have electrolyte gels to save me. Hitting the speed breaker, third blind spot. Been doing only as a goofy. So you see that? There's a blind spot. I just gone over the speed bump. So when I am about to switch my feet, you have vehicles coming in. Oh, pretty strong headwinds. Stopping me. Still continuing to ride as a regular. We saved some time on our first lap, so I am killing it here. If I can make to this point in 25 minutes, then I would be completing my 5 kilometers in 28 minutes. My personal best is 26 minutes and 45 seconds until this point for the second lap. Normally I would make a U-turn here and go for completing 5.5 kilometers, but I'm continuing today. Okay. Headwinds are lifting my cap. So I'm still on zone 1, no, zone 2. So I built a lactate threshold to stick to zone 2 even when I'm doing 30 meters of elevation and in headwinds. Coming for the second lap, midpoint. Oh boy. I think probably I should have completed 5 by now or 4.5, I don't know. Okay, that's my U-turn. Feeding my little ones. Need to drink water. Have to keep moving forward. Got to check, something fell. I don't know what. Yeah, couple of my bolts got broken from the front side. That's me, that's on me. These things happen when you go the speed breakers. ஐயா அங்கே போய் நான் நிறுத்திடுவேன், ஸ்பீட் பிரேக்கர் கிட்ட நிறுத்திடுவேன், கொஞ்சம் அப்படி சுற்றி போய்க்கங்க. அதான் பார்த்து போய்க்கலாம். So I sometimes guide the bicyclists. I have a soft heart for them because I will slow down for the speed breaker, go to the speed breaker, go the speed breaker and continue to ride. And oh boy, so we are riding with 14 bolts and 14 nuts. Okay, normally it will be 16. 4 for your trucks, 4 for your front truck, 4 for your rear truck. Okay, the pieces would be really difficult for me to trace on the black tarmac, so I let that be. Got to stop the GoPro only after 50 minutes so we can keep going. So I forgot to check my computer, bicycle computer. 5 or 6 kilometers, 37 minutes. Stopping. So this is the first time we have actually literally noticed how a bolt can break. Okay, check. Yeah, third one also broke. We're riding with only one, so see if if I don't make any turns, this one single bolt can hold my deck. When there is no bolts properly, your pushers will go soft. The energy to the board won't be transferred efficiently. Since my rear bolts are fine, only the ones in the top is gone. It was also gone because of me, because I tried to turn hard. So for the soft corner for a bicyclist, when I stopped for the speed breaker, I asked them to overtake me, and if I have a good energy, I'll overtake them back. Otherwise I'll keep tailing them. Oh boy, it was a good experience. Don't worry, don't think that it is my very first experience to lose my hardware bolts. It happened many times before. Few by my haters, few by myself. Going over the speed breakers, it's fun. So I was figuring out like which is the appropriate height to go over the speed breaker. So now I understood. It's more because of my weight, why it bottoms out on a speed breaker. Few days I might sleep well, I might feel light. Few days my sleep is off, I might feel heavy. So these things happen. Today on top of it I have a GoPro, right? It'll add 200-300 grams with the mount. So if I don't turn, I can finish 7 kilometers with just one bolt holding the deck. So I can keep moving. So I'm not going to turn heavily, losing my front bolt. That would be putting me off. Checking my GPS. So it's not 6, it was 5 back then. And we are doing 5.92 now. We need 6.7 to complete 100 kilometers. So I need to go to the tea stall, come back, and go this zigzag turns. And come a little further and go back to my home. Okay, so these bolts and nuts are breaking only because of one reason. My fork and the central frame which holds the deck is made out of stainless steel. So every time I push forward, there is a force that is letting the bowl to feel the pressure. So that's why it's breaking, because stainless steel is a hard metal, it can crack. So 0 road kills today. Road kills come in as millipedes, centipedes, caterpillars, forgot the name, those blood sucking worms, bigger ones as long as half feet. I'm not going to pressure my board too much. In the turns, I'm turning. In at the blind spot, to be quick here, move forward and keep moving. So don't worry, don't be fried, don't be scared when you lose your hardwares on your deck. If you happen to lose hardwares on your trucks, be alarmed. You might want to go change. And that too, if you hold 3 and lost only 1, you're all right. But if you lose 2 on the same side, you are on the big risk. If it cracks on the diagonal, you're probably all right. So that's how it happened. So I was trying to turn left and turn right. The ones on the diagonal cracked, and I was trying to turn left hard. The one which was stretched broke. So we have only one in the front side of the deck holding us in place. Now I put extra stress on my rear 4 bolts and hardware. So these things happen. So always be prepared to have a spare board which you can swap in between your LTDL virtual races or even in ultra skate events, or always have spare hardwares and tools. Carry a skate tool all the time. Taking a look, we are having some advantage here, moving on the wrong side to finish the lap. I'm going to turn right. Okay, bye. Moving. So that was only for 1 second, so I didn't speak anything. I can dim that volume down. So movie songs won't affect us with copyrights. So according to the distance, we've done 6.69, okay, or 6.67. I'm being super careful now. That's it. Changing hardware in between means I can't stop my ride. Got to keep it running. We are talking 47 minutes. Though I have about 18 speed breakers to go through per lap, we have gone through 36 today, and The turns are pretty much 90-degree, and one zigzags, two zigzag sessions, and two U-turns. So you don't have to be alarmed or worried. Okay? Just know your board, you should be good. 6.9294 kilometers so far. Just going over the speed bump. Not the speed bump, but more like a little bit of pothole. Technically we have done 100 kilometers for needed for May warm-up challenge 2025 with all the fractions needed, but 7 kilometers in 48 minutes. So I'm going to do one more kilometer. It's only because I want to wrap up my May warm-up challenge 2025 by today and take off for the rest of the week and come back doing June with the virtual races of LTTL. Oh, it's been a pleasure doing 100 kilometers. Compared to my last time, I've taken less number of rides to do 100 kilometers. To do 100 kilometers. I'm not stressing my deck. I was able to turn. Headwinds. Minutes should change the battery. Get to a good spot and change it. I'm almost the same. Like last year, I used to take 1 hour 55 minutes to complete 7 kilometers. Only thing is, like, I'm doing this ride in a way more relaxed fashion, completing much more larger distance. Especially in zone 1, I would have hit zone 5. In the other route of Butterfly Park, there are way too much uphills and also downhill when I come back, but that would be like around 60 to 76 meters of elevation. The elevation loss would be around 50 meters. So 20 meters are your challenges. Oh, so we are done with 100 kilometers. So thanks to everybody who were involved in this, to general public of Srirangam, general public of this street, to all the domestic livestocks, to all my strays, to my parents, So let me tell you something. If I hadn't noticed the bowls being falling, I'd have done this ride by now. I know my GoPro can stand for 1 hour, but the ride is going to be much longer. So we'll take a break at the end of the session. Let me tell you, why this board is running and the power efficiency of pushing is still being transferred to the board is only because the lower portion of the bolt and the nut, the hardware, only the portion of the nut including the bolt was tossed off or cut. Okay, so there is a small portion of bolt which is still in between the decks, going through the frame, going through the fork. Do you follow? So all the bolts on my Uhuru is still in place, only the nut below the hardware is broken, so that's why it's holding up. Do you follow? So this is a crooked turn. Can't risk. To raise my hand for stop signal. That was a close crossing. If I had hit 7.5 kilometers by this end, should be doing around 8 in my home when I reach my home. So we are talking 7.65 or 8.5, whatever. Okay, in 56 minutes. I have terribly slowed down because of the deck, say by 5 minutes. So I'm going to go off-road now and change my GoPro battery, carrying it off my thumb screw. So normally I would brake here, take a U-turn to complete 5.5 kilometers. So this creates a blind spot, a 90-degree turn because of the bushes. If you have a 360-degree mirror on this spot, you would know, like, if there is a vehicle standing after the speed breaker, because there is a beautiful shade here, people would want to come here and rest, make a phone call, keep moving and all that. So if there is a truck coming, big vehicle coming, that would be helpful. So that's my Uhuru, standing even without the bolts. If you have, I can pause it and show you, but the bolts will fall and it will be hard for me to rearrange. So once I finish my ride and get to my home, I'll show you the broken bolts and nuts. Okay, I can show you the nut has fallen on the tarmac. I can show you the bolts. Okay, so I'm going to change all the GoPro battery and come. We have a small plane going, small carrier. Okay, so yeah, this is how I look when I'm doing my rides today. I forgot to film myself in the initial stages only because, like, I was in a rush to start my ride. Since I'm having only half kilometer to complete, so I'm filming now. So this is how I look, and I am doing this. Okay, you can see someone else translating in some other language if they happen to pirate my video, but this is me. Okay, bye. Change the battery, get going with my ride. Bye. And that's my Uhuru. I'm riding Decathlon's Kalanji lightweight running shoes. Bye. Okay, I'm back. You can see it's the same location. I'm starting from here. Okay, and I'm going to check my kilometers. It's 1 hour and 7 kilometers, 7.63 or 53. It's not clear through the plastic zip bag. So I have that not to protect my bicycle GPS computer. I have that to protect my mobile phone, because the mount of the bicycle computer rests on my mobile phone, because I hold my GPS on my pushing leg. So my pushing leg keeps moving backward and forward, so it's a bit of risk. So as I told you earlier, you don't have to worry. And I remember why the deck still stays and my power is still being transported. Okay, I've been to 21 kilometers before, and I've risked myself riding only with 4 bowls. 2 for the 4. The complete bowls are there for all my trucks, only on the decks. Okay, so 2 on the front, 2 on the rear, diagonally placed. And this naturally happened, it was broken. And I realized if my rear bolts and nuts are broken, my power efficient pushes won't be transferred efficiently to my board, because in that road I have to be power efficient. So I can't do pushes with lavish stride or push length, if I have to put it in skate terms. If it is in walking, we will call it step length. Stride is one swing to another swing. Here it's from one push to another push, and length of each pushes. So mine is only half. I just put my leg down the board and push it. If you look at Lena, if you look at Titus Lazar, Daniel Lindsay, their pushes will be like, your leg will come this high in the front, then they will push and it goes to the same height in the rear. So their stride or the push length is way too strong. Okay, then I can go over this speed breaker if I put my wheels on the right place without any bottoming out or breaking more nuts and bolts. Good, we did. And usually at the 3rd lamppost I would probably do 1 extra kilometer. So here we have done 8 kilometers for sure. We are talking 8.5 now, and I know I will complete 9 kilometers by the time I reach my home, or 8.8 kilometers by the time I reach my home. Okay, 8.5 in 1 hour 5 minutes. That's usual. course correcting myself, going forward. So the board is asking me to maintain. So the last time I fixed my board for the hardware is when I changed the trucks. So I got to talk about the trucks. Anyway, that will be my closing statement. And that was like 6 months before. Somewhere by the end of December, or 5.5 months before, to be precise. So moving forward, and I have to feed everything that I've got. By the end of the ride, I always feed everything that is left of my biscuit packets, and these are for Doggy G vegan biscuits. The pattern they have arranged the biscuits for vegan packets, it's very difficult for me to take it out in a single hand or one hand operation. Okay, so I've reached the end of my street. Okay, Woohoo came in one piece minus 3 bowls. I mean 3 nuts, actually bowls. Half of the bowls are still resting. Okay, so I don't know. I have less space in the front of my house, so I might have to move. So got to make the space for the gentlewoman cow having its food. So one thing I got to let you guys know. When you're riding on open roads, always be by the side of your board, your long distance skateboard, because people who ride the 2-wheelers or 4-wheelers, they will only look straight. They won't look much on the downside. Okay, so if your board is on their way, they might move their 2-wheeler's front wheel on the board, and there are 100% chances for them to skid and fall. So always stand like this. Okay, so that you cover your board and you save the people for coming in the front. Okay, that's that. So why I spend too much time here? I just want to carry my board and wait for this to move. So let's move. I'm walking towards my home. Okay, so these are regular. These domestic livestock are regular. They always come to my apartment. People here feed them. So got something to talk about. So yeah, I managed to get one of the bolts out. So you see, one is gone, another one has raised from the platform. So those are broken ones. Okay, so that's that. That's my May warm-up challenge. I still haven't stopped my ride. I'm going to go and do it in my home. I'll share the statistics by the end of this video. You guys are awesome. Thanks for letting me do this distance, 1 hour and 10 minutes, probably 9 kilometers. Let me assure you that. Got to keep all the things that I carry. Water bottle is about 750 grams and my walking stick is 500 grams with the bullhorn. Stopping my ride, 8.94 kilometers. If you have patience, just grab the zip bag and take the GPS unit out so that you can have the look at the screen by yourself clearly. So we're talking, is it visible for you? 8.94 in 1 hour 10 minutes. Okay, I want to stop my ride. Okay, and turn off my GPS. So for a brief moment, I will show you my watch. Okay, 1 hour 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to stop it there as well. Stop my ride. 323 calories burnt. Okay, that's that. This is me, Krishnan Srinivasan, alien picture, completing 100 kilometers for May warm-up challenge 2025, and I hope skate ideas say, I hope board members or the person volunteer in charge for the May warm-up challenge, counting of kilometers for every single participant. I request them, personally request them to calculate both the decimal points. Only then I would be making 100 kilometers. Okay, you guys are kind. Thank you so much. I do not know how it appears in Strava with the subscription. Probably they could able to count the workouts as they select and calculate the total distance. I do not know how it will appear, but I would genuinely put a small request to count all the decimal points, two digits especially, after the actual kilometers. Like 5.51 means they have to calculate 5.51, only then I'll get 100 kilometers. Okay, so that's that. And this year, without Leonard van de Peppel sir and people of long distance skaters from Netherlands, Germany and Belgium donating these wonderful trucks and wheels, seismic Defcon purple. Okay, without them I wouldn't have been able to do this May warm-up challenge in peace. Last year it was a hurdle. I do not know if I would be able to complete my LTDLs, without the pivot cups, damaging all the trucks that I had. So yeah, thanks to Leonard van de Peppel sir and the 8 people who contributed these things to me. I'll remember Lonake Van Happen ma'am, Jamie Lou, Danielle Van Wyn ma'am, Rosande Lange ma'am, Steinbaker, and we have a couple more people. My memory is a little rusty. I'll put the list. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, this wouldn't have been possible. And thanks to my parents. They're told to have gone to Canada, but wherever they are, I'm going to be happy. Thank you.